Throughout the history of the Salvation Army, its leaders and members have struggled to work out how to respond to the violence and bloodshed of warfare. Often, salvos have ended up on the front lines, trying to offer comfort and support to whomsoever. Here are some of our treasures, from fights young and old. This china plate, made in France in 1899, is taking the mickey out of England for allowing Salvation Army forces to minister to combatants and non-combatants in South Africa during the Boer War. The caption says that while the South Africans had women fighting alongside them, the English had sent army lasses with Bibles and rifles. Salvation Army men and women? Yes. Bibles? Yes. Rifles? No. This tattered flag was draped over the bodies of young Australians who died in battle on the Western Front in France, as they were buried in battlefield graves by Salvation Army chaplain Major William Mackenzie, or Fighting Mac as he was better known. Earlier, at Gallipoly's Lone Pine, he had buried more than 460 of his mates. Red Shield representative John Blake played this concertina to Australian troops in North Africa, Greece and Syria. Ordered to dump all non-essential gear in a rushed evacuation from Greece, hard pressed by the Nazis, Blake smuggled his concertina into a horse's nose bag placed around his neck under his greatcoat. Blake and his concertina got away. This is Red Shield representative Harold Hosier's prisoner of war ID card, issued by the Nazis, stating he was a POW camp chaplain. Hosier was captured when he refused an evacuation order, opting to stay with the wounded soldiers. Interned at Stalag 8B in Germany, his captors appointed him as chaplain until he returned to Australia after 4 years of captivity. The saddest pieces of mail received during wartime were telegrams telling people of the unknown fate of their loved ones. This slip of paper, sent in 1942, displayed under a photo of Salvation Army composer Arthur Gullidge, officially informed Mrs. Mavis Gullidge that her beloved husband was missing and possibly a prisoner of war of the Japanese. Mrs. Gullidge, as with so many women and families during that time, only learnt of the death of her husband years later. The Salvation Army, while acknowledging times when war is unavoidable, believes violence is never a lasting solution to conflicts. Like Jesus, Salvos believe in practicing peace and meeting human need where they find it.